Hi Aries, welcome back to Ivy Spiritual Messages and Tarot. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if this message resonates with you, please consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe and hit the notification bell, as well as let me know in the comment section on how the message resonates with you. By doing so, you will also be eligible for monthly giveaway reading, which I'll be doing towards the end of the month every month. If this message does resonate with you, Aries, please consider checking your moon, your rising, or your Venus sign, as this is going to be a general energy, collective energy reading. It may or may not resonate with every single Aries out there. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into your reading here, Aries. The first card that I've got for you is the World card, followed by a Nine of Wands and Four of Wands. So the first message that I've got for you here, Aries, is that I do feel like you have reached a stage of completion with this World card. So I do feel like whatever coming up next in the month of July for you here is basically like a new beginning coming up here, Aries. So with this World card, this is just basically indication towards me that this is time for you to actually put everything in the past. So whatever that happened in your life that is kind of like uneasy or lots of hardship that is basically been happening towards you for the past few months, that's basically has come to an end. Like this is basically a completion of a cycle, a completion of a karmic debt. That's basically like you're basically going to put all these things behind you. So the first message that I've got for you here, Aries, is just that basically do not keep on revisiting all this toxicity, all this negativity, and all this deception and manipulation that is basically have been going on in your life for the past few months here. And I've got the Nine of Wands coming up for you here. So I do feel like all this hardship that I've been going through in the past, childhood trauma, deception, manipulation, basically bad relationship, family issues, family upbringing, that kind of things actually like making you in this position that at this point of time you're just putting your defensive wall high up here with this Nine of Wands. As you can see here, you have gone through basically you've gone through so much of battles, like you've basically have gone through so much of wars here, Aries. So you're basically coming up as someone who is in pain, as someone who is also in hurt and in pain here. So I do feel like all of these things that have been happening towards you in the past is just basically making you instead of using all of those things to create a bridge and move on from that here, I do feel like you're kind of making a wall to block yourself. And I do feel like this is one of your coping mechanism here, Aries. And I do feel like with this in the month of July, I do feel like this is time for you to actually lower down your defenses and basically like let people in, but at the same time also put boundaries when it's needed here, Aries. I've got the Four of Wands coming up for you here. So this is basically an indication towards me celebration is basically coming up for you in the month of July. This is my personal twin flame card. So some of you could actually be currently going through twin flame connection here, and I do feel like a lot of past hurt, a lot of past trauma that is basically like have been triggering you in this twin flame journey and just like making you feeling defensive, just basically like unsure on what you need to do or where you need to begin with here. But with this Four of Wands, I'm definitely sensing a lots of celebration are coming up for you here, Aries. The bottom of the deck that I've got for you here is the Five of Pentacles. So I do feel like this is one of your fears. So this is basically like what you need to overcome here with this Five of Pentacles, because I'm getting like a fear of being left out in the cold, or fear of being alone here. As you can see here in this Five of Pentacles, like these people are just it seems like all hope is lost, but at the same time, as you can see here, there are still lights around here. So I do feel like this is one of your fear here, Aries, that you will just be left out in the cold without anyone to help you or without anyone to love you. That kind of energy I'm getting here. So I do feel this is also one of the things that's basically you need to put in the past. Like basically you basically need to heal all these insecurities, all this fear of being hopelessness, like all this fear of being alone, that kind of energy. That's basically what you need to put behind moving forward into this month of July, because I do feel like once you do that, this is also one of the things that's basically going to heal you. Like this is basically like one of the things that's basically going to heal you and help you move forward, especially for those who are actually going through a twin flame journey. This is one of the things that's basically you're healing yourself, healing your trigger, and thus making you moving forward towards your union with your twin flame here, Aries. Let's see what else comes up next for Aries, please. For Aries in the month of July. Alright, so the next card that I've got for you here, Aries, is Five of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles coming up here. So as you can see here, we are moving from the Four of Swords to Five of Swords. So there's definitely a progress. So I'm definitely sensing a lot of progress coming up for you in the month of July. I do feel like for some of you, the main energy that I'm getting here is fear, and I do feel like this is also like feeling defeated. So I do feel like with you and your person, especially this is for those who are currently in separation, or even those who are currently together here, I'm getting like lots of fights, lots of conflicts, lots of misunderstanding could also be there between you and your person here, Aries. And I do feel like for some of you, the communication might not be so on point, in a sense that miscommunication could actually be prominent. Either this is coming up from your side or coming up from your partner's side here. But however, with this Five of Swords energy, what I'm getting here is that every time a fight happen, every time a conflict happen here, I do feel like the other person will just like walk away from this argument, walk away from this fight here. Just basically like what I'm getting here is that your person could be someone who would just step back during a confrontation or during an argument, thus making you the one who to actually clean up all the messes. And in return, this is making you feeling defeated, in a sense that you're just like unsure on what you need to do to make your partner to make your partner communicate with you, or like just to make them open up towards you in a positive way, and thus clearing up all this misunderstanding that could be happening here. And with this Four of Swords energy, I do feel like you've been trying so hard here, but at one point of time here, I do feel like with all this fighting energy, with all this argument energy here, Aries, I do feel like you're missing out the point that taking care of yourself. So I do feel like all your energies are kind of being wasted on like all this fight, all this argument, even like putting up high emotional wall up within yourself due to all this fight, due to all this misunderstanding that might have happened in the past. So this is one of the things that making you kind of scared to either open up yourself to a new person, or even like open up yourself to this old person for reconciliation here. So I do feel like you could also, for some of you, you could also keep on reminiscing, keep on playing in your head all this fight that's been happening between you and your person here, Aries. So with this Four of Swords energy, what I'm getting here is that this is basically the time for you to actually put everything to rest. This is basically time for you to actually lay down all this worry, lay down all this overthinkingness, because if you keep on replaying things that happened in the past, all this fight, all this misunderstanding, all this argument within you and your partner, things are just not going to move forward. You're basically just going to be stuck in that same cycle over and over again. While we got the World card coming up here, so this is basically for me an indication that you need to put an end to this cycle. So this is basically need to be a conscious decision coming up from you here, Aries. Once you made that decision, once you put the stop to all this cycle that's been going on and on and on, I've got the Ten of Pentacles coming up for you. So this is basically the ultimate happiness coming up for you here, Aries. Wish fulfillment in all levels, including financial independence here. I do feel like you're definitely going to get your reunion here with your twin flame. You're definitely going to be together here. It's just that at this point of time, the decision needs to come from you to heal yourself. The decision needs to come from you to actually heal any triggers, anything that's making you feeling sad, anything that's making you feeling angry here. And I do feel like there's definitely kind of lots of fights or lots of misunderstanding and argument that could actually be happening between you and your person here, and somehow this is basically making you feeling defeated here, Aries. The bottom of the deck that I've got for you here is the Ace of Cups. So this is basically an indication towards me that your person definitely has a lot of emotion towards you here. But at this point of time, this Ace of Cups for me is basically an indication towards me that you need to step back for a minute, for a minute, and just put all this energy, all this self-love within yourself. Once you do that, here the next card that I've got here is the Knight of Pentacles. So slowly things are going to move forward in your direction. Like slowly things are going to make progress here between you and your partner, or generally within your life here, for those of you who are single here. But I'm definitely sensing a lot of healing that needs to take place here, Aries. Let's pull some advice card for you. Can I get some advice card for Aries, please? You see, I've got the Ten of Pentacles coming up here for you again, Aries. So you're definitely going to get your ultimate happiness here. This is just basically like a matter of time. And I do feel like you've been prolonging it for quite so long. And I do feel like the reason why it happened due to you just putting all this emotional wall high up. So I do feel like this is coming up from your decision right now. Are you going to keep on reminiscing in the past? Are you keep on going to reliving the fight that you might have between you and the other person, or are you just going to put a stop into that and just move forward with your healing here, Aries? I've got the Queen of Wands coming up for you here, so you could be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I've got the Nine of Pentacles coming up here for you as well. So you're coming up in your reading here as well, Aries, as someone who is actually confident, bold, fearless as well. So with this Queen of Wands energy and the Nine of Pentacles energy, this is basically the time for you to actually put everything back into yourself. This is basically like you are emerging as imagine like a phoenix. You're emerging like from the bottom up here. You just basically like you're just basically like refinding yourself here, and this is time for you to actually nurture back yourself. This is the time for you to actually put all the self-love within yourself here. I've got the Ace of Swords coming up for you here, Aries. So I do definitely feel like communication is definitely going to open up between you and your person, but I do feel like for this communication to happen, for this thing to actually move forward here, is just that you need to start with your healing process. You basically needs to you basically needs to start putting yourself first here. Lots of self-love that is basically needed in this time here, Aries, moving forward to the month of July. Alright, so that's it for your July 2020 reading. I hope the reading resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, as well as let me know in the comment section on how the message resonates with you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good day, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.